Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. I am so glad you are here. I got a good show for you today. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. So, I'm Drayton Nay. I'm your host. This is the Dray Way, and there's a new Dray Way each and every day. So, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get to hang out with me. Yeah, we got a good show, so let's get started. Let's go! Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. You know, I've been looking at the news, I've been watching different reports and stuff like that, and apparently the Trump administration is looking for illegal immigrants. They're going all over the place looking for them, and I'm confused because, hey, Trump administration, I'm here to help you. I'm going to make life really, really simple for you because I understand you guys are getting upset even that you haven't found enough undocumented people to make it worth your while. So Drayton is here to help. I want to help you out. I want to tell you exactly where they are because there is literally millions of them. Yeah, and I said that, right? You heard me say that. There are millions of them, like maybe over 2 million of them. And you know where they're at? They're in Texas. Yeah. Stop looking all over the place. Go to Texas. Did you know that 7 or 8% of the entire population is undocumented people? They are loaded, and I mean loaded with undocumented people. So why you guys aren't all over Texas, I don't know. Because anyone building anything in Texas, there is a good likelihood that they are they're illegals. They're undocumented. You call them illegals, I call them undocumented, but they're all over Texas. They're everywhere. They're in Houston, they're in Dallas, they're in Austin. They're everywhere. So I can't believe why you're anyplace else right now. Because like I said, there are literally millions of them, and they're in Texas. There. Are you happy now? You now know where they're at. Tons and tons of undocumented are in Texas. Yeah. So go get them. Go get them. And take all the ICE people and all, focus on Texas because that's where they are. You know, you're focusing on some strange high schools and you're going here and you're going there and you're just doing weird stuff. When you should just be focusing on one state right now. Go to Texas. Texas is absolutely loaded with them. And guess what they're doing out in the open? They actually go and they're building apartment complexes and stuff, and they all congregate in one area. Yeah, so you can round up hundreds, even thousands on any given day if you're in Texas. So forget about some of these other states and take all your people and head to Texas and start removing all these people in Texas. Millions of them. I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know why you're in Chicago. You know, what are you going to pick up? A few hundred there? I'm telling you, take every agent you have. Declare a national emergency if you have to. Bring in the army. Do whatever you have to do, but flood Texas because they're everywhere. They're all over the place. And if you start rounding them up in Texas, maybe in the rest of the country, they'll be like, wow, they're really serious. This is getting really scary. We better leave. Yeah, that's what will probably happen. So take all your resources, take everything you got, and head to Texas, because Texas, if it's like, you know what they say? They say, what do they say? Clip the head off the snake. The head of the snake is Texas. That's the head of the snake. And if you get there and you use all your might, you really focus on that state, you can round up all those illegals or undocumented or whatever you want to call them. Now, I understand it's going to be about 8% of the population. So just so you know, when you extract all those people, when you take away 2 million people to an economy, the economy might struggle a little, but it's not about that. It's about getting rid of undocumented people. It's just about sending them home, right? That's what it's all about. Doesn't really matter what they mean for the economy or mean for jobs or mean for real estate or any of that. Never mind that real estate will completely crash in Texas. And I mean crash like you've never seen. Because obviously when you take 2 million people and yank them out of homes and apartment complexes, and when you remove that many people from a state like that, oh yeah, you're going to absolutely crash the economy in Texas. Real estate completely crashed. Yeah, all of that's going to happen. But, that's not what's important, is it? It's really more important that we get rid of all those undocumented people. But, I'm here to tell you and here to help you make your job easier. You don't have to be going all around the country. Just take everything you got, head to Texas, and start going wherever anything is being built. Oil workers, farmers, construction workers, they're all, well, not all, they're mostly undocumented workers. So just start rounding them up and get them out of there. Because, like I said, you want to get rid of the head of the snake? The head of the snake is in Texas. And never mind if it destroys the economy in Texas. That's not what this is really all about. It's about making America America and getting all those undocumented workers that are doing most of the jobs in Texas. Yeah, it's about getting them out of here. So there's my advice to you, Trump administration. Just take everything you got, head to Texas, and get them all out of here. What's the worst that can happen, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dray Way. We have more Dray Way to come. Stay right there. I don't know if you guys saw the same report that I just saw, but apparently car manufacturers here in the United States, they're going to have to stop. They're going to have to stop producing cars because they don't have the parts. They don't have the parts because certain parts require special minerals. And those special minerals come from China. Yeah. So there are actually car manufacturers here in America that have told the president, Mr. President, unless something changes and changes very quickly, we're going to be shutting down. We're going to be shutting down hundreds of thousands of jobs because we can't produce cars without the materials. And the materials, Mr. President, come from China. Yeah. So this is what happens when you're in a global economy. This is what happens when we all start to depend on each other. And when you have someone that's thinking old, really old, like it's the 60s and 70s again, and the world is anything remotely close to what it was in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, those old ideas are just old. And that's what Donald Trump is. His thought process, what he thinks is good for America, it's just old. If you think the 60s and 70s are worth bringing back, okay, bring back the tax structure from the 60s and 70s. If you want to bring things back from that era, bring back the tax schedule. Yeah, let's see how many people want to do that. Because you seem to want to bring back the 60s and 70s and the era of manufacturing and all that other stuff. Okay, bring back the taxes from the 60s and 70s too. And let's see how popular that is. I'm just saying, we seem to keep wanting to bring back the 60s and 70s. Let's bring it all back. Let's bring the whole thing back, including the taxes. Yeah, you wouldn't like that idea, would you? You You wouldn't like that idea at all. But that's how things are going right now. CEOs of car manufacturers are like, I hate to break it to you, but we can't produce vehicles without supplies, without raw material. We can't do it. And you're cutting off our raw materials because they come from China. Yeah. So just another issue the United States has to deal with. Just something else that business is having to deal with. Because in case you haven't heard, the job numbers came out today. Some job numbers came out today, and they're dismal. They're very bad. They're not bad. They're very bad. You know, well below the expected level that we were everybody was expecting. So, is it going to get worse? Yes. It's going to get worse because companies are starting to lay people off. They're starting to lay people off because of uncertainty, because of tariffs, because this administration can't get out of the way of American business. And I've said this on this platform. I don't know how many times I've said it. I've been a big supporter of American business since day one. When you invest in the stock market, you're investing in America. And America will always kick butt and take names because America just cares about making money. That's all it cares about. And let me give you a little illustration of that. I know this is a sidebar, but I mean, do you realize that what we eat as bread isn't bread? It's not bread at all. It's stripped of all its nutrition. The grain it's bleached, it's modified, it's processed, and it's all for the bread to stick around longer. Yeah, they don't want bread to spoil, so they make bread that'll last for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Yeah, it's not supposed to last that long. But it's just all in the name of profit. So what we think we're eating is bread. It's not. It's not even called bread in other countries. You wouldn't be allowed to call it bread. But we call it bread in America. And we feed it to people, and it's got no real nutritional value whatsoever compared to going to Italy or other countries where they make real bread with real grain, with real nutrition. Yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up to you. I don't know that many people know that, but yeah, what we're served in America, what we call bread, is not called bread anywhere else, and it's just here in America because it's all about profit. It's all about making money. It's not about doing right for its citizens and feeding them appropriately. It's just about money. How does that make you feel? Let me know in the comments. Don't go anywhere. I have a final thought. You know, there's a lot of negative things in the news right now that I could focus on as a final thought, but I choose to talk about fitness and how I'm feeling. I'm feeling fantastic. I've been talking to you guys about my fitness journey and how I'm eating better, how I'm walking. I'm walking a little over 4 miles a day now. It's made a huge difference in how I feel when I wake up, my energy level. I'm now carrying around 14 pounds less, and I think that's always a good thing. I'm going to drop another 11 pounds, and hopefully get to 210. Once I get to 210, I think that's where I'm going to try to stay. Maybe I go lower, I don't know, but I figure 210 is a good place to start. But what's helped me along the way is just food preparation. I cannot tell you guys how important it is just to have something, and you don't have to get crazy with it. I like vegetables, for example. I love vegetables, so I'll heat them up, throw a little pepper in there, a tiny bit of butter, mix it around, and put it in a container. And when I get hungry at night, when I want to have a snack, I snack on a yogurt or I snack on some green vegetables. I like peas, I like lima beans, I like green beans, I like all of that stuff. So I have it prepped in my refrigerator so I can just pull it out, heat it up, and boom, there's 65 calories. So my advice to you is to do the same thing. Get out there, walk, 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 walk. I'm telling you, walking will change your life. And if you want to feel better, feel slimmer, and just have a better vibe altogether about yourself. Start eating sensibly. Start eating more vegetables and fruit. Apples in the morning, man, there's nothing like it. But don't forget, there's a new Dray Way every day. I'm not going to preach to you guys. I'm just telling you what my fitness journey is. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling better all the time. And I want you to feel better too. So get out there, walk, eat right, and watch the Dray Way every single day. There. How about that? And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's free. I'm trying to get to 40,000. And I need your guys' help. So come on. Let's go. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow because there's a new Dray Way each and every day. Each and every day we do this. So pull up a chair and stop by every day. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Dray Way.